3, 2, 1.
Okay, wait. 1.5. 1.25.
Stop that tree.
Does everybody have their phones on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine's on.
We're live.
We're live. Good morning. We are live. And it's Monday. The sun is shining. And it's beautiful. I'm feeling very good today because the sun is shining. And I had a great weekend. We'll talk about everything that happened this weekend. And I understand that Greg is out of town, but traveling back today. And hoping to see him for our Mother's Day show, which will be Thursday. So welcome to everyone. And I have some great people here today. I'm going to start with the lady in orange, who is my
Conspirator.
She also started the Breakfast Club with me 17 years ago. Stephanie Carlino, she's the greatest. We were out yesterday. We had a great time.
Yes, we did.
With a bunch of people from the Breakfast Club. Thank you for coming.
It was wonderful. I enjoyed it more than I thought.
Margreit McGinnis Maitland. And
well,
now,
yeah.
You're not really
I have
using
multiple
McGinnis
names
anymore, are you?
Well, it's just my regular name, but
Right.
But for writing, it's Maitland, Margreit Maitland. So.
The author of the most interesting books. We're on 2. Are we going for a third?
Yeah,
too?
well, I have 2.5. So I have the prequel novella, book 1, book 2, and once I finish switching my printing company over, I will get started on book 3. So.
And it's a great book. It's all about history. It's a true story. She'll be talking about it.
Right.
Great for teenagers. Great for projects, right? We're doing book reports.
I have it. Yep, I have a teacher guide. I have a creative writing program. So yeah,
And
for
she could
schools,
teach your kids.
If you're a school, if you're a teacher, definitely reach out to me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have this beautiful couple who is taking over a bakery in Franklin Square. And it is called the Sweet Life Bakery. And it is Nicole and Jose Velasquez. Did I say that right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I walked into the bakery, about a month ago or 3 weeks ago. And this smiling lady came out and she's, cooking, but she took the time to talk to me. And I was testing all the food. And of course I shouldn't have been doing that, but there's a great place. It's on Franklin, on Hempstead Turnpike, 988 Hempstead Turnpike. And we're going to hear all about the new bakery. Mm-hmm. And also Friday, the Breakfast Club is doing a grand opening there. We're inviting everybody to come, 11 o'clock. There'll be music, there'll be snacks, there'll be my book, there'll be just a lot of different things going on. And we want everyone in the neighborhood to be a community lover because the community is where you're going to blossom when you have a business.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm so glad to have you both.
We're excited to be in the Franklin Square community. We're
Yes.
excited to be here.
You look great. I
Thank
love
you.
your outfit. Everybody looks so blended with white, black, and beige. You guys match.
Yeah.
And we match, and then of course,
Cheese stands alone.
yeah,
I
the
tell
big
you.
cheese. She's the big cheese. Yes. So anyway, let's talk a little bit quick about where we were yesterday.
Yesterday we went to something called Bat Boy. It wasn't the full play. It was the little vignette, let's say. But it was absolutely fabulous. Ray Negron was there, told us how he got into the Yankees and the things that transpired and how he actually, as a kid, sometimes could see things differently. And Steinbrenner recognized that he had talent. And he set him up as like the go-between between a lot of the players. But it was billed, at first I didn't want to go because I really thought it was all sports. But it's really, I think encourage anybody to go see it because it's really so much more than sports. It's about what happens in life when you do follow your dream and when you do things the correct way, how people respond in turn, and the wonderful opportunities. And then Squidgy was there. He was another bat boy.
Yeah, we met Squeegee, who is
Squeegee.
actually Squeegee. He's part of the Yankees.
He is, and he's from the Bronx, so it's very comfortable when you meet someone from the Bronx, and you only have to know Grand Concourse, Jan's, Poe Park, and Alexander's. Then you're officially from the Bronx. If you know those 4 places, you're good to go. So it was fun catching up with him, and I highly recommend it. And he also wrote a book that I'm going to show. Apparently, this is his 5th book.
Yes.
But he signed it to us, and it was really nice. If you have the opportunity to see the play, please go. You won't be disappointed.
And we'll be, posting about it in a month. They're going to be playing in the Mineola High School. And I have to give Steve Vaccaro some credit because I've been to some of his things, and this one was far the best when it came to the Yankees.
He handled it well.
Well,
Yeah.
Steve is a big Yankee fan.
Yes, and I had a front seat right in the front for my books, and I was right where I wanted to be. So
There you go.
I have to thank Steve and Ray for getting the Breakfast Club in there, and we had about 16 people there, so it was good. We had a good time. They had drinks, we had free wine and free beer and snacks, and we met some characters. I had these two old men that wouldn't leave me alone. They just wouldn't leave me alone. They kept saying they were in showbiz. I'm like, okay.
And I'll tell
They
you,
look like two
So
mafiosos.
you're going to become an A-lister, movie star in this third of your life.
I guess so.
and if you've ever watched,
It's all going to happen for you.
and when you watch this show, if you've ever seen in the past Bob D'Amato,
Yes.
he sings. He was in the Bad Boy, and he played George Steinbrenner, and he
Just fabulous.
looked like him. He had all his mannerisms.
He did.
It was incredible. Bravo to Bob because he
And
did
Bob
a
will be
fabulous
singing
job.
here on Thursday for the Mother's Day show.
He's
So-
fabulous.
Yeah. So, Marguerite, let's talk about these books.
Sure.
Lift them up, Stephanie.
So
Look at
I don't want to
covers.
spill anyone's coffee. And
the
of
covers
course,
are just
I'm
so
wearing
nice.
light colors today, and I don't
Bold
trust
choice.
myself. Don't trust myself. So the first book is Runaway at Sea. That's this one.
First one.
And the second one is the follow-up Adventure at Sea. So those are the first two in the series. It's all based on my great-great-grandfather's life. He was 12 when he ran away to escape primarily to escape an abusive older brother. And he and his buddy were just, had about enough. They went to the port of Hull in southeast England, which at the time was a big whaling port, as also British naval port. And they climbed on a ship. They couldn't read, couldn't swim, just uneducated farm boys. The family had a construction business, brick making, etc. So they hid in a lifeboat. They got found when the ship was out at sea, and then they got disciplined. They got pressed into service, and it sent him on an accidentally, on purpose, trip around the world.
But what made you want to look into? I mean, how much time did it take you to read up about your
Oh my
grandfather
gosh.
and all
It
this?
was,
I mean,
well,
to me,
it started as one thought in my head, and then it just evolved into just about Robert. So before my grandfather died, going way back, in 2002, he died in April of 2002 on his 96th birthday. But the year before that, he had given me this little wooden shoe. It's about, you could fit in the palm of your hand. It was an old snuff box from those times. But it was Robert's. So it was from his treasured trinket of his that he passed down to the family. And then he gave me 25 typewritten pages about Robert's life.
wow.
So Robert retold his stories to his children.
And this is
then
just-
my great-grandmother retold them to her children.
Wow.
And my grandfather and his siblings said, Mom, you have to write this down. So she did. My grandfather typed it up. So he handed the story to me. So I took the wooden shoe and I put it up on my trinket place of honor, and I took the story and I put it in the filing cabinet. And it wasn't until maybe 2-3 years later, when my grandmother passed, that I remembered it, and I pulled it out and I read it, and I thought, it's just a story that has to be told.
But it's a big undertaking.
Yeah, it was
that you did.
huge, and I had this original concept of being more family epic through generations. And then the more research I did on Robert and the age of sail and everything that he had to go through, and the fact that the miracle that he actually survived it, and he survived it, and that's why I'm here, because he survived it. So there's definitely literary license. I had to build characters and
Sure.
the setting, and but all the big things that happened are true. They were all in his journal about his life, but it took mountains and mountains of research.
So how
and
long did it take you to do these two books?
I would say the first book took a really long time, because when I first started it, my
was
kids
hard, right?
my kids were little. I was a pretty good communicator, but I didn't like creative writing is a whole other animal. Being descriptive, using imagery, using dialogue, so that your readers get to know your characters. All of those are skills that I built over a number of years.
It's amazing.
So it was something I chipped away at while I was raising my kids and working part-time and, doing
And
all of
actually
that.
going through reading it, it's like when I wrote my book, I lived it. So it's a little easier when you lived it
Yeah.
than when you're reading someone else's information.
Yeah, so I interviewed the director of U.S. Naval History. If you didn't know, we have one of those. We do. I think he's probably retired by now. Librarians. I got multiple books. I just, a lot, sometimes months just reading about the age of sail, the anatomy of the ship, things that were happening, British foreign policy of that time period. So it was a lot of research. Not all of it made it onto the page, but the flavor of it is in there. It's in the writing. So I would say probably around 2017, 18, it really became clear that I could get this published.
Yeah, well.
So I joined a critique group, which was super valuable. People that were like, yeah, that paragraph doesn't work, or this page was great. And getting that feedback, positive, net, good, bad, ugly, it really made me a better writer.
So now the third book is in the works.
Yes, third book is in the works.
And when do you think that'll be done?
Oh my gosh, if I can get it done before the end of the year, I will be very happy. It's a lot of U.S. history to research.
Wow.
And because I'm writing for age 10 and up, I really take that research very seriously. I want kids to be reading it and learning and want to learn about that time history, like presenting it in a way that makes them interested in history and wanting to delve into it.
What years
down
does
the
it
rabbit
take
hole with
place?
you.
In other words, what is it?
The
So
actual
many
years,
spans each book?
yeah. So the actual years of at sea would be 1849 to 1856.
Okay.
And then the third book is The Trek Across America from 1856 to 1866.
Okay.
But I don't really talk about a specific year in the books, other than there's some big historical things in the second book that are definitely within a set.
Well, one of
period
your
time,
friends is
but-
watching, Patricia
Okay.
Marie.
Oh, Patricia! Hey, Patricia.
Also,
Mom.
Francis is watching,
Okay. Hi, Francis.
and Bob D'Amato.
Hi, Bob.
And we have Jenny A and Jenny C.
Okay.
So we have a few people watching already. I'm sure we'll have
Hey,
more.
Patricia.
Everybody like and share the show. That's what we need.
Absolutely.
Keep sharing.
Absolutely.
So now you do all of this. You
Yes.
are volunteer
yes.
for many charitable groups. That's
Yes.
how we got together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you're doing so much. You're always helping charity.
Always trying.
Yeah,
Trying
because
to
you're
do
networking.
like a lot of, it's networking, but it's also just a few friends of mine that actually have charities
Right.
and not-for-profits. So I try to focus my energy on those organizations
Yeah,
because they're local and they make a real difference in our own community.
Yeah, and that's something
so
you
that's
guys
important.
that you'll see that really helps. Stephanie was like you when she was younger, right? With the charities, the golf outings,
yes.
all that. She was just like you.
I too had energy then.
Well, you paid your dues. You did it, you know?
Had energy then, yes.
And Francis says hi, Stephanie.
Hi, back.
So, yeah, that's interesting. So now, if with all of this, I understand you still do some financial planning.
I've been in the financial
So
industry.
she's like wearing 10 hats.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So for pretty much most of my career, financial professional.
So,
So
what
I do-
would we be able to do for a client? Like,
Well,
they
really,
called
it's
you.
about education and literacy. So I would want to meet with people and just talk to them about different concepts that I can share and teach them about different
putting
solutions.
away for the
Well, I mean, you
future.
always want to put away, but you got to make sure your cash flow, cash reserves, some basic stuff. But I'm more about the education. And then after the education, then we can see if anything is even needed to do.
Because a lot of
So-
people that are out there in home-based businesses and businesses on their own,
Yeah.
they have to think about it because all of a sudden you get up there and you're like, I didn't save.
It's definitely the thing that
Yeah.
people shouldn't procrastinate about, but they should, and I'm available. There's plenty, to answer questions. But again, I come at it from, it's not about selling. It's not about it's about the literacy. It's about
Yeah, well, which is
education.
important. 'cause
Teaching
today,
people what they need to know because
you know,
they need
Well,
to
that's
know.
better
it.
than making an appointment with a financial advisor and him selling you everything.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
At least, at least you're giving options and
Yeah, well, I'm just all about the
Right,
understanding
which is
the
important.
concepts.
Because that's building
Yeah.
the relationship. And then
Absolutely.
eventually they're going to work with you when they realize how much they're learning
Absolutely.
from you.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's one thing when you get older, all of a sudden, I know just from my parents' perspective, they never did anything. They were old school Italian. So there was no savings. They
wasn't under the
they
mattress.
they just made food and paid the bills and my father was, his
Live
own,
life day to day.
yeah, his own carpenter and he
A lot of
didn't
people do that, and
put away, but that's not good.
Yeah.
Because
So
when they
I'm
got older, it was very tough.
Yeah, for me, it's a no pressure, no nothing. It's it's just about educating people.
Linda Howard just says shout out
Hi,
to
Linda.
you guys. Is that a friend?
Yes, family.
Hi, Miss Linda. Glad to meet you. So that's great. So what's your next thing? After you finish the
Listen,
book,
this is
God
enough.
knows what. Jeez.
This is enough. This is enough.
And, we come from the world of networking, and Marguerite bought a home through the Breakfast Club, through a family member,
Yeah.
and loving it. And then she had a tenant. She got a tenant, too. And,
Well, just a friend of mine that needed a space to live.
yeah, but
So
I'm just
there's
saying, it's all
not
from
really
what this goes on here. Talk,
Make
share, connect, charity, donations, but different. Spend your money on what works. Because,
Things that matter.
I'm a total example of spending money in the wrong places in the beginning when I started. Forget about it, right?
But that's how we live and learn.
And I became a
we help
charity.
each other, right?
But then when my husband passed, I needed to worry about me. So I went from a charity to a small business. And it's, it's not easy when you're older.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Sweet Life Bakery. How'd you come up with the name?
We've had it for years. Just something
Fabulous.
something I just came up with probably about 14 years ago. Because I wasn't anything specific. I wasn't just a cake maker or a cupcake maker. I do everything. So
Well, you're an all-around great lady, mom, wife, everything.
thank you. No, I started when I was younger. My grandmother always did chocolates, and she had a big chocolate business. And when I was younger, I was very interested in it. So one day she said, I'm tired of doing this. Take all my stuff. I'll show you how to do it. And it just kind of snowballed from there. I went to school for theater and fine arts. I was a stage manager.
Get the hell out. You can come to the Fontanas.
That's fantastic.
might need a baker in the
studied stage
Fontanas.
management up in Niagara for a few years. But I took a lot of art classes, a lot of, lighting and set design and all that stuff, but it's all art based.
Yeah.
I've always been creative. And then I came home and I needed a job to start paying,
The school.
for school. So I actually got a job at a bakery, and
that's where the love really came out.
yep, I was able to let my creativity blossom and express it freely and on demand, and became a huge passion of mine. It's where I met my husband, in a bakery.
Jose. I love the name. I love Jose's. I really do. You make a great couple. both of
Thank you.
So you worked in the bakery field your whole life, right? And you're the baker, I guess.
He's my baker.
So this is probably not going to be as good as your bread. But on this show, everybody gets bread because we believe in breaking bread. And we tell you, take it home and share it with your loved ones. Or your dog, or your whoever, significant other, or your kids. So you're getting bread. Okay, Stephanie gets bread all the time.
And certainly doesn't need it.
Your dad is watching.
Hi, Dad.
Don Miner and Robin Minor.
My sister, Robin.
Your
Yeah.
sister. They're congratulating you.
Thank you.
So you can see you have a close-knit family.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
listen
they're really
to
supportive.
what you tell them to do.
They're my best taste testers.
Yeah, but most of the time when people come on, their family can never find
they-
the show. So they must be pretty intelligent when it
Yeah.
comes to the cell.
People have been contacting me all week. How are we watching? How do we watch? What do we need to do to watch?
Now, when you say you do the creativity, does that include the mixtures? I'm not a baker, so the recipes
The
for
recipes?
the cakes as well as the
So
The decorations on
that's
it,
kind
make
of
the
like the best of both our worlds. He knows a lot of the techniques for putting recipes together, and I know a lot of flavor profiling and artistically what we need it to look like end game wise. So that's kind of where we melt, where our marriage is in the basement, in the bakery, essentially. We come to the table.
Sometimes in the basement. I got that.
Marriage is in the basement.
All right.
It's a bakery.
In the bakery. No, that's what we'll come together and we'll say, okay, we want to do this flavor. What do you need from me to execute it? And then how are we gonna plate it? What is it gonna look like at the end? And we'll together work through a recipe and establishing what we want our products to look like, and what ultimately we would be happy serving to a guest of our own, or having our customers serve to guests of theirs.
If we went there, what would be your signature cake that we would not get anywhere else? That you're the most proud of creating?
A passion fruit tres leche.
What is that? Sounds very good.
Wow.
So have you heard of
Sounds good.
have you heard of a traditional tres leche?
I don't think I know what
No.
that is.
So it's usually a vanilla sponge cake, and it's soaked in 3 different kinds of milk to make it extra moist. We fill one with a passion fruit mousse.
Oh, so okay.
So it's a citrusy whipped cream delight.
Oh, this
It's
It
good.
sounds
This is good, huh, Jose?
Good.
Is that one of the
Man,
ones
you like
brought
it?
today?
Yeah.
It's not. We have a passion fruit mousse there.
Okay.
It's not the tres
Can we
leche, but
show the pictures of these grapefruit?
I don't know,
Justin,
can we pan
wow.
over to that table of
It's
delicious-
unbelievable. Josefa Hernandez is
Yes.
watching. She's saying congrats.
Thank
and
you.
Carmen Garcia. I like that name. Is that a
Yes.
man or a lady?
It's a woman.
Oh,
Carmen.
I thought it was a man. I like the name Carmen.
Could
Could
go
be-
either way.
It
That's
could.
my stepdaughter's grandmother.
Oh, very nice. Just so, all your family is really here. Are they coming Friday?
I hope so.
Yeah, we hope you're all coming because you're gonna really have a great time.
Yeah, we're gonna do a little grand opening. We've been in the space for 3 months, technically.
Yes.
Actually, today is 3 months, but taking over the business was
Overwhelming.
a little. Yeah, I can't lie. We came into the business. I've owned a business before.
Yes.
But there weren't many employees. It was kind of a fix and flip I had with a partner, and it was just the three of us. And, we brought on a couple of counter staff, but coming into this is a much bigger operation. There's bigger bills, there's more staff, there's more scheduling, there's more administratively.
Operations.
It was a whirlwind. So I wanted to essentially settle into the space, get my head on straight, get everything ready. And then now we're in, we feel comfortable. We feel like now
great.
we want to announce to the world, shout it from the rooftops.
So
that
now-
we're here and hopefully to stay.
Being that you're doing a lot of the decorating, you still have to be the operations
Yeah.
administrator, right?
Yeah.
So you're dealing with people,
Yeah.
problems sometimes,
Employees, problems, anything that
attitude
comes up.
or happiness, one
Yep.
or the other.
Yeah.
Was it an existing bakery?
It was. We came with about 16 employees. We kept anybody that wanted to stay. We kept. We're the two new ones that
Wow,
just got
that's
added to the
something.
mix.
That's nice.
Yeah, because it was a little bit easier, I would think.
Yeah, well, sure. The
moving in
staff,
and,
the staff is educated on
changing the rules
Yeah.
a little if you want, but
Yeah, of
other
course.
than that,
We tried to change as little as possible. Initially, just walking through the door, make sure everybody knows that we're still going to keep a good quality product. We're still going to see the same variety of product, and we've just tried to include more to the menu, and then add our own design
Right.
versions to things.
So now is there
Get more
coffee?
stuff.
Like, is there tea? Is there
Yeah, of course.
coffee?
There's coffees, espressos, lattes, cappuccinos, everything. Iced teas, hot teas.
The day I walked in, of course, I was carrying 1,000 bags. And I said, could you sit? Can I sit? And she said, yeah. And I sat, and then she came out, and I was like, oh my God, smells so good. And, it's right in our neighborhood
Of
here.
course.
So, of course, from the movies, once
Yep.
the movies open.
Are they gonna open it?
I hope so, because
Yeah, I
that'd be
hope so,
good
too.
for you.
People
Very
ask me
good.
all the time. I'm like, I wish I knew.
And you're in a great spot because you need the beauty parlor,
Mm-hmm.
the dollar store, the liquidators, Wendy's. I mean, there's so
Taco
much
Bell.
variety.
The nice thing is I know it's Hempstead Turnpike and parking and stuff, but there's a nice municipal lot in the back that's free. So it's nice and, it's in a really great spot.
Yeah, that's good. I already told my good sponsor, Teddy, about you. I invited him to come, and he loves Italian food,
Italian pastry.
pastries. Yes, excuse
Do
me.
you do any Girl Scout badge kind of stuff? So Girl
We
Scout,
haven't.
Boy Scout, cooking badge. Maybe you should reach
Yeah,
out. To
I
those
definitely am
organizations.
interested in hosting maybe some kids like decorating
Yes.
classes, stuff like that. Now that, like I said, now that we're settled into the space nicely, we can start to look
Yeah,
for those
so
things.
basically, there's plenty of
That's always something.
Girl
good.
Scout moms.
Yeah.
Girl Scout moms here,
work with
or
the
you
Girl
could just go to corporate there in Garden City.
Yeah, I didn't even think of that. That's
And
a great
I
idea.
have the name if you need it. The name of the
Randy, of course.
Yeah,
I worked
Randy.
with her. When
Yeah.
we were both directors, we were there, and then
Great
she left, and then
organization.
she came back, and she's now the executive director.
Yeah, and she's a
she worked
doll.
herself
She's been
up.
on the
She's
show.
the grand poobah.
Yeah, she's a doll.
She's lovely.
Very nice.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to make contact with
Yeah,
her.
and even the Boy Scouts.
Yes, yeah.
Although they're not doing as good as the Girl Scouts these days.
But you know what?
You have
Boys
to
should
do
know
both.
how to
That's
bake
it,
too.
that's
There's
it.
nothing wrong with boys.
I mean, you
learning how
really
to
have a
Yeah.
big field out there now because everybody
My whole
wants to
kitchen's
do
men.
everything now.
And they
Yeah.
may like it. I had a cousin who had 4 children, 2 boys and 2 girls, and they had chores. And she said she couldn't believe it, just because the boys would switch with the girls because the boy would rather iron and the girl would rather take the garbage out. She said, she's like,
But you know what, I
you
know
can't
plenty
figure
of
out
men-
what one likes and one doesn't.
Yeah, I know lots of men who cook and they're very, very good at it. And
Yes,
yeah,
definitely.
So shouldn't shy away from that either.
My son loves baking, but I'm pretty sure it's
Yeah.
just because he can inhale sprinkles.
Yeah.
And it's also an idea like to put together once a month on your quiet day
Yeah.
a thing where kids can come and have a
yeah.
birthday party.
That's definitely
Also
something
do
to
it for
keep a lookout for in
yeah,
the future.
and that's
For
like what you
adults.
do with teaching the kids how to
with
write
the
a book.
creative writing, yeah.
Yeah, so There's a lot when you feel more comfortable. If you need any ideas, we're very good. This team is good at marketing because that's what we do.
If the neighborhood's receptive to that, I'm down.
Let me
It's
tell you
almost
something.
adult dead, do something like that also.
Yeah. Well, they are. It's just you got to get it out there.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
schools and things like that, and
Franklin Square's a good
it
close
is
community.
It's
Yeah,
a
I've noticed.
big.
Yeah, it's
Good
different than some of the
community.
others. It's close.
There's a
Yeah.
lot that goes on here that you would be very surprised. But Josefa's saying is you make the best and delicious cakes, but your dad is saying that she's lying. You make the,
The
best
jelly croissants.
Oh, I love jelly.
See that?
We make the
Yeah.
cornetti. We make cornettis there, and they're essentially
And Friday.
croissants, and they're filled with either pistachio or raspberry or Nutella.
Bill, we
They're
don't have a
popular.
good Bill. We're going there.
But he likes the
Friday.
traditional jelly donut or jelly
Bill,
croissant.
you've got to come Friday to the
Friday,
grand
Bill.
opening.
Friday.
11 a.m. Yes. Bill's an honorary member of the Breakfast Club. Since
Okay.
He's with my great friend here, Stephanie. He comes and supports us. They're the champagne people. So they always, when we have a party, they make the champagne punch.
Oh, okay.
And I have to thank Susan. We missed her. She was missing
Good
for
to
like
have her back.
10 days, not feeling good. She's back. So hopefully by Thursday you'll be running again. So thank you for coming back. I was lost without you. My car was dirty because, she always cleans the back of my car up when I have bags and all that. So it's good to have you back. And Susan decorates all of our stuff. When we have a holiday, this table is like decorated like you cannot believe it. Flowers and all kinds of special things. So, so things are pretty good. Now, tomorrow, if anybody's interested, if you know, I'm going to be in Freeport speaking at the Freeport Chamber at
Stomping
halfway
Grounds.
down. What's halfway down? It's some kind of restaurant?
Yeah, it's a restaurant on the Nautical Mile actually on the canal on that
So I'll be
left-hand
there
side.
tomorrow at 12:30. I was invited to go.
It's a good group there, Freeport.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that. Of course, we all know Mother's Day is Sunday. What are you doing there for Mother's Day?
Oh, what aren't we doing?
Everything?
Everything. Cakes, pastries, cupcakes, cookies, everything.
Pretzels,
Yep,
candies.
Yep.
We're having a poetry contest. You only have one more day to get it in, and one lucky mother will be on the show on Thursday for Mother's Day. Bob D'Amato will be singing a very nice tune to her,
Aw.
and she'll be receiving a very nice gift from a few of our vendors because she was chosen because her son or daughter wrote a special poem about her.
Nice.
So we have that coming up, okay? And then we have, as usual, if you ever get out to dinner, Casariano Restaurant on Jericho Turnpike and Glen Cove Road. We have our Frank Sinatra singer. He'll be there. And on Friday, the Polo Lounge, Westbury Manor. We have another night that he's singing there.
Okay.
So we have a lot of things that go on that we promote people because we love them. And Bob
Yeah.
D'Amato will be at Carmela's. So there's just always something going on.
And he's at Casariano's on Sundays. Isn't he, Bob?
Yes. We also, Susan and I are going to the Miss Full Size USA Beauty Pageant.
Are you competing?
No,
Ah.
one of our members, you know her.
Right?
She is going to be running.
Okay.
And when she came to the Breakfast Club, her name is Geneva Jones. Never had wore makeup, never modeled, never did anything. And she came, and we were involved with the Bold magazine, which is for big, beautiful women.
Mm-hmm.
We put them together, and if you see her on my Facebook, she is one hot mama. Have you seen her? Geneva Jones, and we're actually going to.
Where is it?
It's in Queens.
Oh,
So
nice.
myself, Susan, and Patrick,
Nice.
and my sister, and she works for my sister.
Nice.
So since she came with us, my sister's like, I need her. Well, she's doing so well, but she works for QS2 training. My sister does safety and breathing and CPR. So she runs that business, but now she's becoming a model. And she's running for Miss Full Size USA.
That's fabulous.
Nice.
I wouldn't.
Wish her luck.
I would not do that. I would just model my nails, my hair. I can't walk in high heels. She could walk in high heels, and she's one BBW, big beautiful woman. So we're very proud of her.
That's fantastic.
And she'll be on like after, because we know she's winning. We just have a good feeling about it.
Good.
So yeah, we have a lot that we do with people, and I see Frances here is telling everyone that she's doing a GoFundMe page for her husband who's in the hospital. So you just check our page, and you'll see it on the page if you want to look up the information on how to do it. So now, what could we expect Friday? Just everything and everything?
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of custom Mother's Day stuff. Cookies, cakes, everything all flowery and mothery and ready to go.
That's good.
Definitely.
Is there a theme? Should we be dressed in any colors? Did you come up with a theme?
No. Well, I mean,
we should
our
have one of
colors
those
are bright, so
fascinators.
we're big on like pinks and teals and purples. So
Oh, okay. Pinks, teals, and purples.
my whole
Susan.
staff is all in pink shirts and teal
Okay.
shirts.
So you guys wear uniforms?
The girls do, yeah. The counter staff does. The kitchen staff does, yeah.
Very nice. They were all. I noticed they're all smiling.
They're a good bunch.
Let me tell you,
There's
working at a bakery.
There's not a
is
bad egg in them.
It's not easy because you know, people stand there like me probably, and they're like, what does that have? Or, what's in that one?
Well,
That's annoying.
working for the public, yeah, you need to have patience. It's a lot. Sometimes it's trying, but it's rewarding too.
Susan Klein is watching. Susan, you should come to the grand opening Friday. Susan is one of our jewelry ladies.
Oh, okay.
She has top-notch jewelry and always looking to promote people. So she said she's also a culinary
Yeah.
person. She's saying working at a bakery is awesome.
Yeah.
And Dad is saying don't wear pink. Pink is my favorite color. You got some characters here. It's very nice. I like it. And Susan says I'll be there.
There you go. We look
So-
forward to seeing you.
We also invited some of our politicos. So I'm waiting to hear back. I'm sure at least 3 will be there. Could be more.
Okay.
And they're going to be bringing this big scissor. It's this big.
Okay.
And I'll have to go and get some ribbon. I need to find some ribbon.
Yeah, we'll have free coffee all day. There'll be, refreshments, free samples.
Whoa.
We'll throw out some pastries to try.
Whoa, those
So-
cakes are just
They
amazing.
just look amazing.
Yeah, we hope to have people in
Amazing.
and out all day and just,
Yeah.
stop by and say hi.
Yeah. It's going to be a big sign outside, too, guys. My sign. She gave me permission to put my sign up. I've never had it out. I've had it in Garden City, but never in Franklin Square. So,
Yeah, we just want people to know we're there and we're ready to serve.
yes, that's great. So, are you going to have a contest about anything?
There's going to be a raffle. Every purchase gets admitted into a raffle for a $50 gift card.
Nice.
Perfect. That's nice.
Very nice. Very nice. So, now what about people's photos? Do you do that on a cake?
I can, yeah.
Yeah.
We can. There are no limits.
So, we could just bring you a
You
photo?
can think it up. We can put it on a cake. We
Really?
can do something, yeah.
And could you make I was just at a bridal shower, and it was a lovely bridal shower, don't get me wrong. But, we think a little bit differently. The bridal shower was all tea parties and teapots with flowers, and the cake was just a round cake. And I thought, oh, it would be nice if the cake was in the shape of a teapot or, something a little different. Is that something like you would be able to
Yeah,
do?
definitely. I've
Wow,
done
that's
teapots,
great.
yeah.
Cute. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm not allowed to show up to parties anymore if it's not like a full-blown dessert table. It's like, it's just a given.
They probably get jealous of what you make, people. Oh, Susan Klein said she will give you a jewelry gift card for your raffle.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that,
Okay,
Susan.
this is what the
That's
Breakfast
nice.
Club is all
Very
about.
nice.
Very
All
nice,
right,
Susan.
and she's Frances is congratulating you. She has your whole name here,
Yes, thank you.
and Linda
Frances.
Howard is saying, "I'm so sorry we can't make it, but we are there with you."
In spirit,
And
we
Robin
appreciate it.
is saying you are so creative. You are what cakes are made of.
My
My
sister, she has to say that she's
Sweetness
obligated.
and light.
Really? Does she look like you?
I don't think so, no.
No. Sisters never
My
want to
sister
look
doesn't
alike.
look like me either.
No?
We have some same mannerisms, but we don't look. She has darker hair.
Yeah,
She has
yeah.
better skin.
Well,
Like
she's
I have
like
fair
you.
skin. She has.
Yeah, you think she looks like me?
Yeah.
Some people think so, some people don't.
Well, that was very nice of you, Susan. So bring the card. I'll be giving you 2 books too. We'll raffle them. All.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. I'm
I hope
very
so.
excited about it.
I'm ready to
Jeez.
party.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Come have breakfast with us Friday.
Yeah. Well, who better than the Breakfast Club?
Right?
Right.
There
Exactly.
you go.
So, do you have a favorite recipe
What's your favorite recipe?
to make? Just curious.
Me? For what? For
Yeah,
breakfast or for
no.
sports?
For the bakery. Do you have a favorite recipe that you created that you like to do?
Mine is on the passion fruit. This is
The passion fruit.
That's
This is
Yours your
baby.
passion.
pistachio mousse.
Pistachio. Well, if Patrick was here today,
He's pretty good at making croissants.
he
too.
loves sweets. So he would have already been eating one of those. Patrick, my friend, he loves tiramisu.
Tiramisu?
Yeah. mhm.
I like it. Tiramisu, but it's too much egg.
Yeah. So
very
now,
eggy.
do you ever think of making a breakfast treat in the bakery? Like you make your bread and then put an egg and cheese on it and put it in the microwave. Do you do that or no?
So I cut croissants and make egg sandwiches all the time.
Oh, so you could come in there and get it or no? Not yet.
Technically, it's not on the menu, but
I have an idea. Like make a pizza, like
like a
little-
breakfast pizza.
A breakfast pizza, because we love that. The Italians love that. We really do. Yeah,
Maybe.
it's a
That's
good
a good
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
Because I have ideas. Because that's constant ideas. And Susan wants an email address for the gift card.
tslbakeshop@gmail.com.
Easy enough. I'm
Very
putting it in.
easy.
This girl is sharp. At gmail.com.
Yeah.
Right? That is great. So what's your dream? Like how, what's after this? I mean,
You do
I don't know.
catering?
I keep telling him I want a food truck. I wanna
they're big.
put cupcakes in a food truck and drive around
Just
and
cupcakes.
desserts, individual desserts. Just drive around
There
and
is not
sell them like
one.
the ice cream man.
You know
I don't
what?
think there is one.
There isn't one around.
Nope.
Not one that goes around like the ice cream man.
Nope. I'm gonna paint a teal and drive around selling cupcakes.
That's a great idea.
It's a
That's
great
a
idea.
really good idea.
See,
Yeah,
I'm
not
saying it's a good idea.
You're supposed to
You're
say
outmoded
yes.
and outnumbered.
Yeah.
The Sweet Life Express.
Yes,
I love it.
Oh my God, that's right.
That is great.
That's a great, yes.
We
And
love
so
it.
drive by all the railroad stations just as the men get home from work. And I
I'm-
can bring something home.
Yeah, definitely. You can
That
show up
would
to
be great.
parks and ball fields and stuff like that.
Definitely.
That'd be fun.
And the kids are gonna want it. When an ice cream truck pulls up,
Right?
no matter how much the ice cream is, the parents pay for it.
Exactly.
Yep.
And it's not cheap. I bought an ice cream cone the other day. It was $10. I thought I broke.
What?
I thought I broke the ice cream. I
Well, then
thought I
you went
broke
to
something.
You went to
I was like, what?
well, you go to Dunkin' Donuts basket, and that's how much it is, but it is
I broke
delicious.
something.
I guess I haven't bought an ice cream cone in a really long time.
Well,
Yeah,
I guess
because
I
no
over-
idea it was $10.
Because you're healthy.
I guess I overreacted so badly. My poor grandson hoping to give me the money.
We have something here that I would like everybody to do. Representative Desposito in Nassau County, he has to vote for a clean debt ceiling bill with no commission on Social Security and Medicare. It'll make a difference if you guys call him at 202-225-5516 and ask him to vote for a clean debt ceiling bill, because so many people are in debt, and this is going to help a lot of people. And
He's a great guy.
Everybody's in debt. It's not just the poor. It's the middle class. I mean, the only ones that are not in debt are the rich and the famous. So if you can do that, I'll be posting it on my website as well.
Yeah, because we'll call him. He's a great guy, too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then our friends that were here 2 weeks ago, the Zares, they make maple syrup. They took their truck and they drove 4 hours here to the parking lot, brought cases of maple syrup,
Nice.
and they were on the show. And now they're doing barbecue chicken all over in the truck, going from state to state to state.
That's fantastic.
And
fun.
They do it for charity.
Go, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go with you.
They're having a ball. They're really
Put a hat
having
on
a
and
ball.
go.
Yeah. So we have a lot of things that people just don't come once. They come back, or they talk about different things, And they just gave us a recipe for pickle dressing and maple roasted compote. They're just like, they want to keep in touch, and that's what we do. We keep sharing and sharing and sharing our information. So, what did you do? Well, you were busy all weekend, so you.
I was busy. We do a small group of my friends and I for many, many years now go first Saturday of May we go out to Port Jefferson and we enjoy sitting out on the deck and overlooking the harbor and having some wine and cheese. And we did a paint and sip thing, which was a lot of fun. I've always wanted to do that, so that was definitely a fun event. And then we went to dinner, and then I was out east on Sunday.
So you had fun.
So yeah, it was fun. Mixed with a little sad. I had kind of a death in the family.
Yeah,
also,
well, that's
I did
always sad. Yeah.
some ceremonial things to attend yesterday, so I'm very sad about that. But overall, it was beautiful weather after all that rain.
Yeah.
So very happy to be out and about. I actually got a sunburn. So just
Nice.
reminds sunscreen, everyone. It's time.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah, that's great. So now Don Reiner is saying anyone can come and park in front of his house. What does he mean? Who is that? Your dad?
Oh, he's probably talking about the truck, the TSL
Oh,
Express.
okay. Okay.
You can maybe start with a table.
Yeah.
While the truck's being painted.
As long as we sell jelly
Yes.
croissants in it, there's free parking
And
at his
Susan
house.
Susan Klein is saying I can get you lots of parties.
Sounds good.
cakes.
I'll let you know when I buy the truck.
And Susan actually is a culinary girl. She
Yeah.
works in bakeries part time. She does that. So if you ever need anybody,
Nice.
Claudia saying ordered Adventures at Sea just from watching this.
Thank you, Claudia.
Yeah,
Thank you.
very
Definitely
nice.
reach out to me on Facebook.
Susan
let me
Klein
know.
says I need to come
Yes.
back on the show.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, how can we get a copy?
You can. It's on Amazon. It's on Barnes and Noble's probably a better place right now.
Okay.
I'm in the process of switching printing companies, so that should be kind of up and running in the next 7 to 10 days.
Oh, cool.
But I mean, I have copies here. I'll give you one of the ones that I have right there if you want. Take Runaway. That's actually my last copy of Adventure at Sea, my second book. So it's my last one. I have to hold on to that one. But I should be done setting everything up in like 7 to 10 days. So
Well, that's
you
great.
can get them online. Just contact me. I'll get them for you.
Okay.
And, I do book signings. You want to do a book signing? You're a teacher. You need an author
Yeah,
visit. I do
definitely.
author visits, creative writing.
Yes.
I do this really cool story arc, teaching kids about the story arc and kind of make up a story on the fly, and the kids kind of call it out. And
Good. Yeah,
we
she
can
does some
end up
great
in
work.
some pretty wacky places in making up a story on the fly with the kids calling it out. But it's fun.
It's
Fun.
great.
They have a good time. Yeah.
Something like that, like closed on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
If you ever wanted to do some kind of training with kids,
Yeah.
that's probably the best day, but then you have no day off.
That's right. I'm used to it.
Because I know some of the other bakeries do that, like Thanksgiving, they make turkeys or they make pizza. I know that. And there was this one guy, you remember the guy that used to make the pizza with the kids? The cake pizza? And he was tough, but he had a video and he used to take his thing like this and he used to at the table.
The Gordon
kids-
Ramsay of
Yikes.
The kids loved it.
Aw.
And it became a big birthday thing for children. So the mothers are always looking for something different.
Yeah.
Because today mothers spend a fortune on birthday
Oh my
parties.
gosh.
It's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
And they got to go back to the old school. Cake, cupcakes.
Backyard.
Yeah. But what I'm always impressed with, do you do the cupcakes on the platter that looks like a cake?
Yeah. It's called a
How
pull
do-
apart cake.
Yeah, how do you do that? You just
Um,
draw it out first?
Yeah, you essentially take cupcakes and it's almost like dot art. You ever see those I'm talking way back in like my childhood. It was like a light bright and it was like the pegs that
Yeah,
make
yes.
like
I lived
so
for
it's
the
just like that.
Light Bright.
And you
Lived.
essentially you do dot art and then once you get your shape nice, you just kind of put a little buttercream on the bottom and stick them to the board. And then you
Really?
ice them as one or however you're gonna,
Because that's very
clever.
popular now.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier.
Yeah.
Because of,
No plates, no
cake
forks,
and
no.
who do- I always cut the cake wrong. Nobody likes the way I cut the cake. It gets messed, So Susan cuts cakes good. She's pretty good. Well, Susan was a waitress. That's how I met Susan.
Okay.
And now she works on the show. And I used to go to her coffee shop. And she used to give me a whole corner. And that's where I did my work.
There you go.
Because my trunk is my office. No, it really is. I'm not kidding. That's my office because until I met Greg, we didn't have an office. So we did everything we went to diners. That's all we did. We went to diners. She used to carry boxes. Everyone carried boxes. And then we got thrown out of the diner. So because we were too loud and we made too much noise. Susan
How
Klein.
dare you be too
That's
social?
what I've been thrown out of better places. It didn't hurt my feelings at all.
Susan Klein would like you to contact her.
Okay, absolutely,
She's the
sure.
jewelry lady. She
Absolutely,
probably wants
Susan.
to do something for you.
That would be fantastic.
She's the most nicest lady going, and she has really beautiful jewelry. Actually, was very lucky.
I'm a fan of jewelry.
Patrick bought me a beautiful 2 bracelets, and Greg bought me a beautiful bracelet too. I'm very spoiled here. And you brought us all this great food. We're all going to share.
I'm
it.
like afraid of all that food over there. Like, how do you choose? I don't even know how to choose.
Yeah, gotta eat it. Well,
Well, I'm not sure if she's gonna.
You
They're
don't
gonna
eat.
let us. They're
You-
gonna let us eat.
yes, they are. Of
course.
You don't eat.
I eat.
Well, I never.
I
said
just
that.
eat. I eat
The ultimate test is the taste
avocados and
test.
I eat
She's a health
avocados
eater.
and
No.
grilled
Yeah.
chicken and lettuce.
For
You
me, I
can
need a
live with
tasting
Bill.
everything.
You can live with Billy.
Yeah, we'll never be
Avocado
skinny
toast.
because
See,
it's
I
like taste
eat-
this, make sure it's
yeah,
good. Taste
I
this,
need
make sure it's
tasting
good.
everything, so-
At the end of the day, it's like I ate so much sugar
But-
today.
I
wanna-
can eat
yeah.
one of
I'm
those
too
because
old to
it's
worry
an
about that.
occasional treat. So
I want to give
love
a
it.
shout out.
It's yummy.
We went to brunch Sunday in Floral Park on Jericho Turnpike to Butter Cookie Bakery. Now, not the bakery because it's not what
The
you're
bistro.
looking- The bistro. What a delicious brunch! Music, 11 o'clock. Nice eggs, beautiful fancy eggs. And it was such a bright morning, and they do it on Saturday and Sunday, and it's terrific. So it's the bistro in Floral Park on Jericho Turnpike. So shout out because we had a great time, and it was great.
Bistros
Now,
are fun.
Maria Aya, who's that? Maria Iaboni, you freaks are allowing a drag show in your neighborhood. Who the hell is that?
Ah,
I'm not sure.
I don't know who you are, Maria. Who are you, honey? But
Well,
that's
who's in
not the-
drag?
Who's not drag?
I am not.
oh, I didn't even think of that. Now I'm insulted.
No, well, we're not. I have no
I-
idea
I-
about that.
No.
This is the Long Island Breakfast Club show, so I don't really know what you're talking about. But I don't know who Maria is.
And
But
nobody here is in drag.
No.
Promise.
yeah, and we're all
So-
just regular people doing regular things, helping the world.
Supporting each
not
other.
Judging, no judging either way, but yeah.
And Susan says she left you a message
Thank you, Susan.
on
I'll
Messenger.
check that.
So, I mean, look, all these people that are talking to you,
Yeah.
which is really great.
Love it.
Great.
That's what it's
So,
all
what
about.
are you cooking this week? Because I know you like to cook.
Well, no, I'll probably end up having Mother's Day brunch. But Bill is taking me Sunday, gave me a facial last week, and
Nice.
Sunday night, Mother's Day, he's taking me someplace to get something to eat if I want. But we're definitely going to see the four, because we'll have.
Could you tell she's a little spoiled?
I love it.
It's okay.
And
I
then we're
love
going to
being
see the
planned
Four
and everything.
Tops
Four
and
Tops?
the Temptations. I'm still calling it Westbury Music Fair. I don't know what
It's
its new
not.
name
It's
is.
close.
They call it something else, but
Yeah.
I
know,
do
but,
too.
I still refer
I
to
still
it
call
as
the
that.
Tappan Sea Bridge the Tappan
Me
Sea Bridge
too.
too. I can't call it.
It has a new
anything else.
name?
Let's just say it's the Tappan Sea. That's I can't get my in my new neighborhood. Recycling is on early Friday morning, but in Belmore, where I lived for 25 years, recycling was Tuesday morning, and I've been there for a little more than a year in my new house, and I cannot get my head around Thursday night bringing my recycling out. I just can't. I don't know what's taking me so long, but
It's Friday
I'm
in
missing.
Warsaw.
But I'm missing my recycling every
And I live in a
morning
senior-
because I keep forgetting.
I live in a senior place, so there is no days or anything. You have to take your garbage down to the corner and put it in the dumpster. If you have a couch, it has to go on the street. And people, because they're boring and they're bored with their lives, a lot of seniors, they watch you.
No.
So if you happen to put the wrong thing they know.
God forbid.
And they leave you notes. It's called hate mail.
I just want to get I just want to get the I just
live
want
with
to
the
put the
recycling
Thursday night
police.
thing right. So because they come super early Friday morning.
Yeah.
We have great sanitation in the town of Hempstead. Kudos.
Yes.
Great sanitation.
Yes.
Guys are so
great.
nice. They're
Fabulous.
so considerate. They're very friendly. Love.
You have to set an alarm on your phone every
Yeah,
Thursday
I
night
think
to
that's
go
what
off
I'm
at like
going
8
to have
o'clock.
to do because I just can't get it right. I
That's
just can't
funny.
adjust from Belmore
Yeah.
to Levittown.
Well, now you're
Yeah.
on Hempstead Turnpike, so you probably have a lot of garbage. So
Yeah, we
you have a
have.
lot to put out. But those guys are great.
Yeah, we have a dumpster service.
Oh, that's
Oh, you
even
do?
better.
Yeah.
Oh, you have
Yeah,
to?
we can't put out on the curb,
Why
not on
do
the
you have
turnpike.
that? Well, how come the bagel place does it? It's not on Hempstead Turnpike though. It's on.
Maybe
Nassau
that's
Boulevard.
that's why.
Maybe that's
That
why.
could be why.
We
Yeah.
recycle. Bill recycles everything.
You have separate
And we should
bags for
recycle.
everything.
Oh yes, Bill,
See-
and you know, I'm all for doing what they tell you to do. So in the beginning, They give you these little green bins, and they said these are your recycling.
Somebody stole my green bin.
Well, I got worse than that.
Just
They
saying.
broke mine. So I called up the town of Hempstead, and I said, oh, someone broke, could you give me another one? He said, that will be $5. I said, the conversation's over, thank you. And no more recycling fee. I'm doing you the favor, and you're... So finally now they come with the big ones. So now which is bad enough. Now the rule is you can't put it in a trash bag. You have to take the trash bag so now you have to put the recycling in the trash bag, take the trash bag out, dump the recycling into the bag, take the bag back in.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, but Bill does it like,
well, Bill's a good
Bill has a
guy.
lot of
We live in
patience.
Queens, and their recycling rules are very strict. We have like 5 garbage cans in the house. It's like you have to compost, and you have to recycle, and you have to split metal and plastic and paper. And
I
it's
have to get a
terrible.
composter. That's my thing.
They'll
this
give you
summer I
one in
wanna
the
get.
town. You
they
go to
they actually
dump
give
there.
you.
I was just at the dump
And
like
they
a
give
week
you
ago, and they're out because somebody, I think the wind blew my green bucket
Okay.
down the street, and there's nothing on it that says it's mine. So
Why
I
don't
don't think
they give
somebody
it-
stole
they'll
it. I
give you
think
anything
somebody
you
just
want there.
has an extra one on their yard. It was probably mine.
Why did you go to the dump?
Because I had old sheetrock. I built a little gym thing in my
Oh.
shed,
I'm
so I had to
impressed.
clear out
You
all
took
this.
it all yourself?
It's little small pieces. Don't be
Wow.
impressed.
I would never.
They were not big enough.
I would never go to the
They
dump.
were not. But I just moved a lot of my gym, my weights, and my yoga mats into my shed, so I made a little workout space in there, so I could free up a closet in my room.
You.
And so I brought it to the dump, and they tell you where to put everything, and then I just did all that, and then I said, I need a new green thing, and he said they're on back order, so I have to go back.
But they had the brown ones for the compost.
Oh, I don't know about the brown one.
Oh, yeah, the
This
brown
is
one.
new.
They have small brown ones you put in your house, which are gross because they start to
this is
smell
outside.
and
This
days.
you can put outside
And then they have the
too,
bigger
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
No, but they have the little ones that you can put like in your kitchen. Where
Yeah.
you put your eggshells, your coffee
Yeah.
ground, your banana peels, all of that stuff.
God. So anyway, did you notice that I got a new do?
Yes, I did.
Yes?
And I like the color.
Well, the gray is coming through. I still need to get
It
that
always
done.
does. But I like
But
it.
there's
I
a new
like
shop in town. It's called Blue Salon. It's in Malvern, and it's 346 Hempstead Avenue. It is wonderful. The girl's name is Fabrizio. Obviously, she's Italian.
What gave it away?
Yes. The place is gorgeous. She has a place where you can have your photo taken after your
nice.
hair. And guess what you sit in? A swing.
A
And
what?
the swings.
Oh, I've
A
seen
swing.
And it
A
has
swing.
flowers all wrapped around the swing. It's adorable. So check it out. Tell Fabrizio we sent you. And she's right on Hempstead Avenue, very close to the movie theater. You could go get a movie after you get your hair done, or you could do the movie first. And they're playing that new Italian film there that that they just came out with. What's it called? What's it called?
Mafia.
Yes, Mafia Mom.
Oh,
And
I
it's-
wanted to see that.
And it's a cheap theater, and they
I wanted
do it
to
for
see
seniors. So yes, so that's we went the other day, and of course I didn't go to the movies, but I got the hair
I
done.
wanted to see that movie.
Yeah. So and today I'm filling for the Fontanas
I can't wait to see that
at
in its entirety.
a beach.
The movie star.
Yes. And it's actually a scene that is not going to be hard. It's a scene that I don't feel like walking, which everyone knows I have trouble walking. And they wanted to do the scene on the beach in the sand. So I called the producer. I said, listen, there's no scene in the sand because I cannot walk in the sand with a cane. So they're changing the scene to the boardwalk.
Perfect.
So that's where I'm going from here. And that's why I'm not too dressed up today because normally I'm dressed a little better. But I had a, he
You
said,
look great.
you
he
look
said,
You look great.
he said, don't wear anything fancy, casual. Do you even own a pair of sneakers? I'm like, I do, but I don't wear them often. So today's going to be exciting.
Oh, I
so
can't
we're
wait
on
to see this
episode
movie.
6.
You know your lines?
Well, yeah, but I have them in my pocketbook. I'll be, The day that I first auditioned for this was over a year and a half ago. I fell right here in this studio. Right there. Down. Started bleeding from my nose.
Oh my goodness.
And Greg, my co-host, was screaming, and he went in the bathroom and he got tampons and stuck them up my nose to stop me from bleeding. Okay? That's what Greg's
Well,
like.
we know
He's
that they're
creative.
absorbent.
He's
So
cre-
I think that was quick thinking.
It was. And then I didn't tell anyone what I was doing because I didn't think I was going to get it. And they stuck me up with ice cubes. And I said, I got to go. I have an appointment. I'm like, no, you should stay. No, I got to go. And that was the day I auditioned for this.
Wow.
Oh my
I'll
God.
never forget it. Never forget it. So Greg's a doll. So Greg, if you're watching, this is for you.
We miss you.
It says this
Yes, we miss you,
side
Greg.
is
Feel
for
good.
spanking.
Heal up.
Okay? And this side is for stirring. And it is an attitude adjustment tool. I brought it for you today. So you better get your ass back here because we miss you. He's been out of town for a few days. And I miss him. But I'll just show you his picture. Because my daughter got married and he was kind enough to escort me to the wedding.
Aww.
My daughters. That's my daughters.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I can't wait for you to meet him. If he's here Friday, he'll stop by.
Okay.
If he's back in town. So, how do people look at your website? What's your website?
TSLBakeshop.com.
Okay,
See, like
and
TSL.
when they go in the show, when they come in from us, tell her you saw it on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And how do people buy your book?
Well, you can look up all the information about the book on runawayatsea.com. You can just look me up on Facebook, shoot me a note on Facebook, and my email, margreetm@gmail.com.
Okay, and today's show is being sponsored by these wonderful people, plus Teddy and Christina from Oro Puro Jewelers, the best jeweler in town, the best cappuccino in town. You got to go meet him. Go and tell him I sent you because I already told him
Okay.
that you were coming by.
All right.
And his shop is so busy. When you go see him, first thing he's going to ask you is if you want a coffee. Take the coffee because
The
when
wait is long.
when you sit there, you meet everyone that comes in and out, and it's a big,
experience.
really nice Italian experience. And he's the greatest guy in the world, and he knows everybody. And then, if you need a break and you need to relax, you're going to go to Tranquility Spa on Franklin Avenue. Meet Angela and Ed. You can have a massage in a chair without taking your clothes off at all for $40 for 1 hour.
Nice.
That is a really good
Great.
price.
It is. And you want to meet them because, again, they do a lot in the community too. They're one of our regular sponsors. And I love the place because you just go in and you turn everything off. You get headphones. You get heat on your neck. You get iPads. They cover you. And it's heaven.
So
Sounds good.
Tranquility Spa, Franklin Avenue, and they have a place in Levittown. They're growing, so,
Nice.
and they're community people. When the
oh, they're in Levittown. I will go visit them.
yeah, when
Right down the street.
when all the things happened with the virus, since nobody was going anywhere, they took time to have me go over to Northwell Hospital, and every person that worked at Northwell got one free treatment
Nice.
for the 2 years during that. And they're booming because they gave. When
Yeah,
you
of course.
give, you get. And that's what we're
That's good
about.
karma
here.
right there.
1,000%.
Yeah.
You have to give.
And I'm always happy to see Stephanie. She always adds so much flavor. I love your orange
She's
shirt.
very bright and shiny.
She has
So
orange
that's
shoes
me.
on in case you didn't notice. She's matching. And Bill, thank you for always showing up. And we have our great cameraman. Like I told you, get his card on the way out.
Yeah.
Justin has made us look terrific. Did people see these cakes yet, Justin? Did you?
They did.
They did. All right. And I
Go
think,
again.
oh, Mariana Iaboni. She's a real Italiano. Mariano, you got to come and see the new bakery when you come visit your daughter. Okay. Thank you for watching. And on that note, it's a wrap.